It's March 12th, 2026. Welcome to Nova Market Pulse, where we help you look beyond the headlines at the actual stats that move the Northern Virginia real estate market. All right, so last week we talked about the positive effect that lower interest rates were having, but we filmed this on a Tuesday. We release it on a Thursday. So I'm actually filming this on March 10th. And right after we sent it, interest rates kind of went back up. So we had hit that brief moment where interest rates, 30-year fixed, crossed below 6%. Then it went right back up. You know, we're averaging, say, 6.2%. And that's where it is right now. But if you take a look at what Housing Wire says basically the market is, on a national level, shrugging off these higher interest rates. So let's take a look at how the Northern Virginia market is doing. All right, first thing we're going to look at is what is the supply like? How does that compare to a month ago? And what you'll see is across the board in all the counties in Alexandria City that we cover, supply is growing. All right. So how about, homes are they selling? Are things going under contract? The answer, again, across the board is absolutely yes. These are all really, really healthy numbers. All right. So now you put the two together, supply and demand, and you take a look at the month's inventory. And where are we at? Well, we are right about where we were this time last month, right? The month-over-month changes are positive, right? Which is a little more in favor of buyers, but they're largely flat. And when we look below the hood at the numbers, what we're going to see is that inside of each of these counties, different cities have different stories. And so what we're going to do is dive into those stories today. And I've picked the three different property types. So we're going to start with condominiums, and we're going to see, all right, if you're looking at a condominium, either you want to buy one or you want to sell one, where is the market the most favorable for you? All right. So how hot is the condo market? How hot or how cold? What we're seeing here on this screen right now, there's a lot of data. So I encourage you to screenshot it if you're actively in the market to buy or sell a condominium. But it is the complete opposite of what you typically expect on a condominium market, right? Condominiums are inherently designed to be convenient, right? You have a lower maintenance cost. That doesn't mean you don't have a condo fee, but you don't have exterior maintenance, and condominiums tend to be located in areas that are accessible to different amenities and metro stations. But in this case right here, the Arlington and the Alexandria markets are much more in favor of buyers, right? Whereas Fairfax, Loudoun, and Prince William County, they're favoring the sellers right now by a significant amount. A couple things to note is that in Prince William County, there's a big effect. The new construction is having a big effect on the market. So you have a 2.2 months worth of inventory when you look just at resales, but when you throw in the new construction, that's 3.8 months, which tells you that builders are doing the job that they should be doing in terms of helping to solve our inventory crisis in the United States. Before we go into townhomes, though, I want to talk real quick about the opportunity we're seeing for buyers on the side of being metro accessible. So Arlington and Alexandria both have a couple units available for sale with assumable mortgages with almost no money down. So imagine being able to buy a condominium at a market rate, putting little to no money down, and getting an interest rate from like 2021, in 2, 3, or 4% range. So DM me for details or send me an email at eddie@stonepine.partners if you'd like some specifics on that. Okay, so let's look at townhomes. If you're looking for a townhome, say under $800,000, where would you have the most leverage, right? And we're going to judge that based on what cities have the highest months worth of inventory. And so you can see those right there on the screen. Falls Church, which is partially in Falls Church City, partially in the county of Fairfax, is at the highest, but we're still only talking about 2 months worth of inventory right there, which is not what we would consider a buyer's market by any means. But that is where you'd have the most leverage if you're looking for a townhome under $800,000. All right, and then we get the other options below there. One thing to note is we have Manassas Park listed as being in Prince William County. Running stats, we pull it in with Prince William County, but Manassas Park is its own city, which is kind of unique in Virginia. There's just a couple of them. All right, so where do buyers have the least amount of leverage? Looking at these numbers right here, it is Prince William County. To own a townhome in Prince William County these days. Check this out. Bristow, Haymarket, and Gainesville all made the top 6 right here. And in fact, Haymarket has a median days of market for homes that are pending of just 1 day. And it is selling On average, those homes have sold for about 105%. All right, so be prepared for a bidding war if you're looking to buy a townhome in Prince William County, because you're not alone. All right, let's look at single family homes, right? If you're looking to buy a single family home, where do you have the most amount of leverage? The answers are right up here on this screen, right? The numbers are still very much in favor of sellers, but we do have a couple areas that are approaching that 2 months worth of inventory. So if you're looking for a home in Northwest Loudoun, Dumfries, or Manassas Park, that is where you're going to have the most leverage. Now, the flip side, if you're looking for homes on this screen right here, this is where you have the least amount of leverage. So again, led by Bristow in Prince William County, which has 0.3 months worth of inventory, right? That is where the sellers have the most leverage and the buyers have the least amount of leverage. Check this out in Burke, right? In Fairfax County. Burke, they're selling for 102.21% of asking price. That is a crazy market out there. All right, so now you have the stats. The question is, what are you going to do with them? That's where we come in. I match buyers and sellers like yourselves that are looking to win the weekend with the best local agent for them in their market, right? So we do a no obligation consultation. You tell me, Eddie, this is what I'm looking to buy, this is what I'm looking to sell, and I match you with the best agent. I know who they are because I spent 23 years running one of the biggest brokerages in the area, and I still coach and train many of the top agents. So just head over to my website, stonepine.partners, book some time on my calendar, and I will match you up with the best agent. And if you're an agent and you're looking to do videos like this and connect with buyers and sellers in your local marketplace, I teach all my agents that I train on my Balanced Busy. So just go to balancedbusy.com and we will get you using the application and you'll be on your way to living a balanced, busy lifestyle. All right, thanks for tuning in. I do these videos each and every week, so please subscribe so you can be notified when they come out, typically on Thursdays and Fridays. All right, and hit that like icon to let the powers that be know that you want to see more videos like this. All right, thanks for tuning in. See you next week.